Good morning. It is Saturday, July 13th, and I have been anxiously waiting to get into these hives to see whether I've got new queens or not. I purposely stay out of them for a couple of weeks just to let those queens do their thing and not disturb them during that whole requeen process. I think it helps queen acceptance, and I just think it's the right thing to do. So I have been just trying to be patient and not get into these hives, but it's now time to get into them. The first round of queen cells, they've been 3 weeks since I dropped those queen cells. They should have queens by now. The second round has only been 2 weeks, and so I might give them a little bit of leeway. If I think there might be a virgin queen running around in there, I'm not going to do too much with those. I may not even check all of them. I may check a couple of them just to see where they're at, but that's all I'm really doing today is just checking for queens and making sure I've got new queens in the hives. I'll check and make sure they've got enough space. I'll get down the brood nest a little bit, not a ton, just enough to see if there's eggs. And if I find the queen, I'll probably mark her. And I just want to make sure that they're not plugging out the brood nest with nectar. That is one of the problems with the way I requeen in the middle of the summer, is they can plug out that brood nest with nectar during this no queen time. And it's okay. I haven't really had too much of an issue with it. If I think it's a little bit plugged out, I'll pull a few frames up and give them an empty super to give them some room. But other than that, I don't have too much problem with it. Occasionally, if there's still a good strong nectar flow, I'll get some problems with plugging out the brood nest. But that's all I'm doing today. It's going to be a hot one, so I'm out early this morning. And it's been just nasty hot around here. We've been triple digits the last couple of days, high 90s before that. And we're going to be triple digit again today. The interesting thing is we do cool off at night. And we were, I think my thermometer said 55 or 57 this morning. Right now it's about 60 to 65 somewhere. So it's pleasant to work in right the moment, but it's going to be hot real quick. So I'm going to try and get in and out of these hives as quick as I can. I'll post a quick little short video on the way out to the bee yard this morning. I wasn't but maybe 2 minutes from my house, 3 minutes from my house at the most, and I saw an animal walk across the road. I thought it was a horse. It was way down the road, and I just it's a horse walking across the road. I thought somebody was out walking their horses or something. As I got closer to it, I decided, no, that's not a horse, that's a moose. So had a cow moose down here in town, just right on the outskirts of town. She's a long ways from home. She probably needs to be up way higher than she is, but she's down here in town. I'll post a quick little video. All right, let's see what we can find here. This hive's been 3 weeks since I dropped the queen cell in it. So they should have raised a new queen. All right, got bees clear up to the top here. It's a good sign. Looks like this box is pretty well full. Feels like it. A little bit of honey here. These ladies may need another box. Let's pull this feeder out. It's the easiest thing to get out without too much problem. This might be a case of they've plugged out the brood nest with nectar. So that's all nectar. That's all nectar. That's all nectar. They've plugged this out. I'm gonna have to go down a box. See if they've got a queen. No sense in looking any further in that box. There's plenty of bees here and they're nice and calm. That's a good sign. That's all pollen. A leftover drone brood. Again, mostly pollen. I haven't even drawn this one out all the way. Not seeing what I want to see. Don't see any eggs. Haven't seen a queen. As calm as they are, I'm surprised they're not. Oh, wait a minute here. She's just maybe getting going. I've got eggs and larvae. I'm going to give them a empty drawn frame right in the middle. Give that queen a place to start raising some brood. All right. Well, we have a queen. I don't know where she's at, but she's in there. And they need a little bit of space, so let's give them a box to work with. All right. Give them an empty box to work with. Give them a space to move all that honey up. This one's only sat for 2 weeks, so they may not quite be there yet with the queen. Can we come out 2 at a time? I'll take them out 2 at a time. I've got to have a queen. I've got eggs and larvae down in there. Ooh, there's my queen. Bring her around here. Right there. She's laying, big fat queen. Give her a little bit of green makeup. We can put these ladies back together. Call that a success at this point. Alright, here she goes. There she goes. This yard has typically been a pretty good yard, but this year, as you can see from the honey supers I've got stacked up, and I've already pulled 2 supers off all of these hives and put them back on and gave them 2 more empties just because they needed it. They needed room and I don't have enough boxes, so I'm hoping they filled another couple of supers out of this yard. So I used this yard as my queen rearing yard. Last year the mating success out of this yard was really good. All of these hives just was outstanding. So I grafted off of these hives this year, and as you can see I've got 6 nooks here. I'm going to peek into them. They're from the second round, but I'm going to peek into them anyway and see if they've got queens. And then these 2 hives out here on this stand right here, I'm going to check those. Those are from the first round of queens. So they should be and going and having brood. Hopefully the rest of them are too, but I may not check the rest of these just because they were from the second round, and I I don't mind leaving them for another week just to let them go, but we'll check these hives here and see how we're doing. Hopefully these ladies have filled another box or two. Ooh. Got a little bit of weight to it. And I know this one's full already. And this is an empty that I gave them. And it's still empty. And the second empty, that's still empty. So they did not do much while they were raising queen. Let's see what we can find here and see if we've got as a new queen. Not seeing larvae, not seeing eggs. She could have started down in the bottom box and just hasn't moved up yet, though. I believe I've got eggs. Eggs and larvae. Yep, I sure do. So they've got a queen. Let's take a quick peek, see if we can find her. We've got some older larvae here, so she's been going for a little bit. Oh, there she is. Lovely big queen. There she goes. Lovely. That's about all I need to see for this hive. We've got plenty of space for brood, and they've got plenty of space for nectar. Good population of bees. Laying queen. Let's put these ladies back together and move on. This one they're just starting on. It's pretty empty. That's their honey super for winter. And then I give them an empty right above the brood nest so that hopefully they don't plug out the brood nest. I suppose you should check for a queen on that queen excluder. I'm not in the habit of doing that. Bees are pretty calm, so hoping. Hoping we have good news here. Lots of pollen and nectar. This frame's fairly empty, so if I've got a queen, she's got a place to lay. Don't see any signs there. Well, those cells are empty. Another pollen frame. No eggs there. Oh, there's a queen. Right there on the edge. There's a queen. I don't see any eggs yet. Size-wise, I'd say she's mated. I'm going to go ahead and mark her. She may have just moved up into this top box. Just hasn't started laying in it yet. Okay, I'm going to let her go over here. There she goes. Well, I'm going to count that as a success. Didn't see any eggs, but queen was pretty good size. I'm pretty sure she's mated. And she may have started laying in the bottom box. Just hasn't moved up to that second box yet. And I think we'll check these little nooks. See how we did here. This is actually a second round. Plenty of bees. They act a little agitated though. See how they're all fanning and flying, and they don't act like they've got a queen. I don't see any sign of a queen yet. There's my queen cell. I don't see any eggs. Well, I didn't see anything in that one. They act like they're queenless, but I'm going to leave them for another week. And this was the second round, so it's possible she's not quite ready yet. Sometimes they don't get going quite as quick. I am going to check these over here though. See how much calmer these bees are? Very many bees in here though. There's not very many bees in here. I didn't see a queen or anything that looked like a queen. There's really not enough bees in this hive. Yeah, this hive's not going to make it. I don't think we have a queen. I don't think we got enough bees. That one's probably a dud. Look at the next one. A little more defined cluster right here. I either made a stronger split or I got a lot of drift from one hive to the next. I've got larvae down in here. So this one's got a queen. I haven't found her yet. Maybe this frame. There she is. Nice big queen. Let's get her marked. Plenty of bees here. Nothing there yet. Not seeing anything in this hive yet, but I think I'll leave them for another week. Let them before I give up on them. Good population of bees. Nothing there. These are nice and calm. They act like they've got a queen. Oh, I think we have a success. I'm seeing eggs. Maybe she's on this frame. Oh yeah, there she is. She's a darkie. I like to get those dark ones marked. They're hard to find. Let's put back together a little bit. She looks like she's doing her thing. Down she goes. That was a success. 2 good ones for sure, and a maybe. 2 maybes and probably a dud. So it doesn't have as many bees as the last 2 did. And I'm not seeing anything there. No eggs. No eggs, no sign of a queen yet. Alright, so out of these 6 little nooks, 2 for sures, 3 maybes, and 1 dud. Now, if you remember right, this was my cell builder, and I gave them a box of empty comb to work on. They had a ton of bees, and I'm hoping they drew out a box of comb for me. That's got a little bit of weight in it. This is what I wanted to see, if they drew this out for me or not. Oh, yes. They are drawing that out. Now my queen could be up here. And they're filling up full of nectar. Not completely drawn out, but... Okay. This is what I wanted to see. I think I'm going to steal this comb. Oh, I've got a queen. I've got eggs. I mean, she's here somewhere. I'm going to steal some of this comb. Put in some other hives that need to be drying some comb, and they're not. I've got more eggs, more eggs. So I've got a queen here somewhere. Believe it or not, what I want to do is steal all these frames that they've started drying on, so I can put them in a couple of hives that aren't drying out comb very well. So anything that doesn't have any brood on it is going to get shaken out like this and replaced. A couple of these had brood in them. I'm not going to mess with that. That'll help draw bees up into this box. Okay, this one's got eggs all over it, so I don't want to mess with this one. We're going to leave that one in. It's right in the middle, which is perfect. And this one's got eggs on it. I don't see my queen yet, though. Okay, this is all. Nectar. That one. That one. So I'm going to count that as a success. There's plenty of evidence that there's a queen laying in there. And I think I could just about, this corner has got a piece missing out of it. You can use that as their upper entrance.